Hello, my name is Chris Wilkie and I am representing group number 5. This is a nice little video introduction about a little bit about our chapter and a little bit about our presentation. So I want to start off with the chapter. The chapter's about change. And it's this nice discussion about how revolutionaries have to be able to balance what is current and keeping things the same along with change and moving forward. And it was a really interesting discussion because as you look at the process of change, the book argued that the United States kind of sits in a world of constant change. Our political system is built on a change every 2 to 4 years. And even the revolutionaries that helped start the country were concerned about being stagnant, yet kind of continuing the change. And the discussion was held between the Federalist Papers and kind of as you look at the Articles of Revolution, everything related to the process of kind of stepping up to that next level of change, you have to keep some things the same as well. If you don't have anything that's the same, you start losing your roots. And if nobody puts roots down, it's just a constant pinwheel of new things coming in. So this made me immediately think about kind of the business world. I have a business background, and I started thinking about this as something that's constant change. So when you look at an organization, you can't just have somebody new coming in every month or every year because you're just going to go through the same process over and over again. So for instance, let's say that we put a new software system in for a process. I can't go in and redo and put a new software system in every single year. Now, there may be things that aren't great about the old one, but I need to be able to adapt to what that is because if I keep changing it, we're always going to be back to that point in time. The change doesn't really do any good. Too much change is a bad thing. Too little change is also a bad thing. And this was an interesting discussion throughout the chapter because as we looked at the different representations it had and examples, you saw where that balance kind of was hard to go through. So if you look at a few of the articles that we kind of used in our citations within there, you see that change is something that is a huge topic that people like to talk about because change is hard. Some people really like to embrace change all the time. Some don't want to change at all. And it makes me think of the change curve and how you have people that are really hesitant at first. They get really excited. As they go through the change process, they get less excited. And then there's kind of the elevation up to seeing the pros of the change. But you got to have that process in place for a long period of time. So if you look at our presentation, we go through that summary I just kind of gave there, along with 3 different examples of organizations and kind of how they operate within our context and understanding. So I'm not going to spoil what that presentation is, but I do want to encourage you guys to look at that. But overall, we found that when you look at change and continuity, you do have to understand that there's that balance. And it's the job of the revolutionary or the community educator or something like that to understand that there's change in there and be able to see the relationship and adjust as is needed. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video introduction. I look forward to the discussion and our questions, and I hope you guys enjoy our presentation. Thanks and have a great rest of the semester.